Hello everyone and welcome to Games, Comics and Crafts.
In this video, I'll be looking at Zatanna issue 5. Okay, so this is Zatanna issue 5. We've gone for the Campbell cover again, like we have done most issues. For some reason, though, this one is not cardboardy, so I don't quite know why. So this is on here, basically talking about Zatanna's history and how she was grown up to be a mage, and she wasn't a very good one about it, and Zatanna was all very angry about it, and he was kind of just mean to her, and she was terrible. Then Zatanna apparently knew the Justice League. So she ends up joining the Justice League, and she's got the hat and all this kind of stuff. And it's obviously the Detroit era kind of thing. But it all goes wrong, and she's terrible. The thing that annoys me about this as well is that surely that should be the costume with the little red headgear thing going on, not this one. We've just got Supergirl where we've got references to costumes that literally lasted 2 weeks, and we haven't got the right costume. But again, continuity's up the Swanee, so who knows? So Tara dies. Justice League are very, very sad. It's we've only got Zatanna. It's terrible. And it all goes wrong. And basically, it turns out that this ghost woman lady thing, uh, it was all fake. It was all a lie, and she was telling a fake story about it. And there is one quite cool thing in it. There's little bits in here where letters are starred out. I go, what the hell's all that about? And it turns out that she's been borrowing letters from her speech, and so she can cast a magic spell. So she manages to cast a magic spell by nicking the letters. That was pretty cool. I'll give it that. Um, this is the thing that really knocks me off. So she escapes, and she escapes too far, and she ends out propelling herself outside the comic book into these blue pages, and there's a fight going on, and she's like looking at the fight. Oh, I better get back to before the fight ends, kind of stuff. Um, Thanks for reading. I hate this. I hate fourth wall breaks like this. I literally nearly stopped reading this book because it's like, why did that need to be there? It's so unnecessary to the storyline. As soon as you make a fourth wall break, the character knows they're in the comic book or whatever. How can the stories make anything? Because they just go, only in a comic book. And I just think it just robs you reality. If you're watching a soap opera and the character just come along and says, "Oh no, Bob's dead and he's been knocked over a car," but don't worry, I'll get a new card tomorrow because it's like it just robs the storyline, the gravitas of the storyline. The stories are pointless if the character isn't real. Lord of the Rings, Aragorn doesn't say, "Oh well, hobbits are dead. That's okay, because next week I'll be fine because I know what's coming next because I've read four." It's like crap. Hate it. Hate fourth wall breaks. Um, so yeah, nearly gave up on this straight away then. And it turns out the inside the lighthouse is her mum. And they have a bit of a reminisce and all this kind of stuff going on there, and she talks about the magic and all this kind of stuff going on and whatever, and blah 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 blah. It's all right. It's not great. Um, And then they get back to the club, obviously to flash to where we left off last time, because it's obviously what happened during the lighthouse thing between the pages. And Matey's all knocked out, and then the kind of the big bad apparently that is obviously Lady White or whatever, which is the kind of like the important thing. It turns out she's not. There's another person there called Allura the Sorceress. It's like, for God's, how many bad guys you need in this story? You already had one that was going to supposed to be the big bad guy, Bobby, issue 3. They were subordinate to this one, and now you've got a third villain. Do you really need 3 villains in this? You could have done it with one. It just seems so silly. I mean, I didn't like the way Lady White showed up anyway, because the idea is like in the first issue, oh, I've heard really bad things about this place. It's supposed to be haunted by Lady White. Oh my God, there's Lady White. That was literally how it went. It's utterly ridiculous. Um, so kind of by now, this is to be concluded. I'm kind of ready for it to wrap up. Um, I can't, they have this weird thing in a lot of stuff. I've seen this happen in the past where you have like a flash forward and then it's like, but how did they get out of this? Well, here we go. Next issue, we'll tell you exactly. And then they kind of do a little bit. It's like they don't tell stuff in chronological order. It always has to have that flashback. So yeah, so issue 6 is the last one. Kind of glad about it. Artwork's still very, very nice. Always has been. But as for story, I don't think it matters that much. I still don't quite know why the motivation between the bad guys is anyway. I've got no bloody clue. We'll find out in issue 6. But again, you really want that up front. You don't. The idea you running around for 6 issues trying to figure out why people are doing stuff, and they kind of at the end they go, "Oh, I did it because I didn't like your father." Nonsense. So Anyway, we'll see what issue 6 is like. This has gone very, very similar to the way that Challengers went, really, at the end of the day. So there you go. Right, well, I think that's enough ranting for now. So thanks for listening, and hopefully I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye-bye.